Then there are two more stocks that I need a better read on. Constellation Brands, STZ, and Bed Bath & Beyond, BBB. Why? Constellation's beer business is killing it with consumers, even as bars are closing at a frightening pace. Doesn't matter. The consumer side of the business is much larger. Constellation is the fastest growing portfolio of beers, including Corona and Modelo, along with a rapidly growing spiked seltzer biz. I suspect they'll have a good quarter. The way that it feels like nothing these guys do is good enough for the stock. I mean, it doesn't seem to matter. I mean, I always want to hear about their investment in canopy growth, the Canadian cannabis business. But right now, that whole industry comes down to a Democratic sweep in November, coupled with Biden changing his mind on full legalization. Cannabis home base in Canada is just too saturated. Go read that Aurora Cannabis, and you'll know what I mean. Read that conference call. It's terrible. As for Bed Bath & Beyond, this one's difficult because it's a turnaround story. Turnarounds are tough to pull off, even in the best of times, and they often lead to disappointment in the worst. I think CEO Mark Tritton's doing an amazing job. And Bed Bath sells housewares, one of the strongest categories in the entire economy. We heard that from Jeff Gannett the other day from Macy's. But this company never spent enough on digital, and Triton's still in the process of improving its once terrible cost structure. Honestly, I'd be willing to take a chance on Bed Bath. If it's not for one thing, I'm going to try to explain this as simply as I can. The stock has had a huge run in the last few weeks, and if it keeps climbing in the quarter, I think it'll come in too hot. I have been a big believer in this turnaround, and from when it was, say, at 10, 11, and I'm not going to give up on it now, but the bar is very high thanks to this recent rally. Plus, Bed Bath is very heavily shorted, people betting against it. 60% of the float is short, which is insane. And those shorts will try to foment panic by slamming the stock down after the quarter's announced. Just wait and see. The numbers will come out. The shorts will blast it even before the conference call. And it could pull back hard as people think, wow, must be a bad quarter. I want you to be ready for that possibility. Watch carefully, because if the shorts do push Bed Bath to a low level, low teen, say, after a solid quarter, then I'm going to come out here and say you got to buy it. Finally, on Friday, we get the Labor Department's non-farm payroll report. As the clock ticks closer for the election, this employment data gets more and more important. I think Friday's number will disappoint because we haven't gotten any more stimulus, and we're now experiencing a second wave of COVID. Maybe it won't matter as much as it usually does because this is a highly unusual election between the pandemic, the protests, sometimes turning to riots, the empty Supreme Court seat, and, of course, the Fed trying to keep rates as low as possible. But the unemployment number is very weak. It will absolutely have an impact. The bottom line, we're finally kissing the month of September goodbye next week, and I say good riddance. I don't know if October will be much better, but I doubt it could be much worse.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.